They called him the ghost of Platform 4. For 7 long years, Arthur sat on the same cold wooden bench at the bustling train station, clutching an old, faded leather briefcase to his chest. Rain or shine, morning rush hour or midnight silence, he was there. The regular commuters walked past him every day, some tossing spare coins into his empty lap, others whispering that he had simply lost his mind. To the world, Arthur was just a broken man clinging to a shadow. If you believe that true loyalty still exists in this world, subscribe right now. The truth was, Arthur wasn't waiting for a train. He was waiting for a promise. 7 years earlier, this very station was the last place he saw his daughter, Clara. She was a brilliant young violinist, full of life and dreams that stretched far beyond their small town. But dreams require resources, and Arthur, a humble factory worker, had spent his entire life savings to buy her a ticket to a prestigious music academy in the city. On the day she left, as the steam from the train filled the air, Clara hugged him tightly and whispered, "I will come back for you on this exact platform, Father. Keep my music safe." She handed him the leather briefcase, which held her most prized possession, her first violin. Arthur promised he would wait right there until she returned. But weeks turned into months, and months bled into years. No letters arrived. No phone calls came. The factory where Arthur worked shut down, and without an income, he lost his small apartment. Yet, he refused to leave the town. More importantly, he refused to leave Platform 4. He became a fixture of the station, living off the kindness of strangers and the stale bread thrown away by the station cafe. People laughed at his dedication. "She's forgotten you, old man," the aggressive station security guard, Marcus, would taunt him almost daily. "She's rich and famous now. She doesn't want a ragged beggar for a father. Move along, you're ruining the view for the premium passengers." But Arthur would only smile softly, tighten his grip on the briefcase, and say, "A promise is a standard you hold yourself to, no matter how heavy the weight." The injustice of it burned through the community. How could a child abandon a father who gave up everything for her? The locals began to resent the very memory of Clara, using her story as a warning about the selfishness of youth. Arthur's health began to fail, the harsh winters on the open platform took their toll, and his hands, once strong, began to tremble constantly. Yet, his eyes never left the arriving trains. He watched every single face step off the carriages, looking for the little girl who had waved goodbye 7 years ago. Then came a stormy Tuesday evening. The rain was drumming violently against the iron roof of the station, and the wind howled down the tracks. Marcus, the guard, was in a particularly foul mood. He marched up to Arthur, whose clothes were soaked from the driving rain blowing in from the sides. "That's it, old man," Marcus barked, grabbing Arthur by the shoulder. "Out. You're a public nuisance. You've been sitting here pretending for years, and frankly, everyone is sick of the sad story. She is never coming back." Arthur stumbled, his weak legs giving out, but his hands desperately locked around the handle of the briefcase. "Please," Arthur pleaded, his voice cracking with emotion. "Just one more train. The 8:15 is the last one tonight. Let me just see the 8:15. Marcus laughed, a cruel, echoing sound that cut through the thunder. He grabbed the faded leather briefcase, intending to throw it into the rain to force the old man to move. Arthur let out a sharp cry of agony, begging him to stop, reaching for the only piece of his daughter he had left. Before you find out what happened when the briefcase fell, take a brief moment to like this video if you believe pure intentions always win in the end. As Marcus yanked the briefcase, the old, rusted latches finally snapped under the pressure. The lid flew open. But there was no violin inside. Instead, dozens of neat stacks of paper tumbled out onto the wet concrete. Marcus froze. The surrounding passengers stopped dead in their tracks. It wasn't music sheets, and it wasn't trash. They were bank deposit slips, medical records, and official legal documents. For 7 years, Arthur hadn't been waiting for a wealthy daughter to come rescue him. The documents revealed a heartbreaking truth that Arthur had kept hidden from the world. The prestigious music academy Clara had gone to wasn't just a school, it was located right next to a specialized medical research hospital. Clara had been diagnosed with a rare, aggressive illness before she left. She hadn't gone to the city just to play music, she had gone to survive. The deposit slip showed that every single penny Arthur had scraped together over the last 7 years from odd jobs, recycling cans, and the charity of strangers hadn't been spent on food or shelter for himself. He had been secretly depositing every cent into a medical trust fund listed under his daughter's name, managed by a legal firm in the city. He lived like a beggar so that her treatment could continue. He stayed on the platform because the legal documents required a permanent contact point, and he had promised her he would never move from the spot where they last stood. The entire platform fell into a stunned, suffocating silence. Marcus slowly dropped his hands, looking at the ragged old man who had endured years of mockery and physical hardship, not out of delusion, but out of an unimaginable, sacrificial love. The guard fell to his knees, completely ashamed, and began helping Arthur gather the wet papers. Just then, the screech of brakes echoed through the station. The 8:15 train pulled up to platform 4. The doors slid open, and the usual crowd of tired workers stepped out. But as the crowd thinned, one figure remained standing on the step. It was a young woman. She wasn't carrying a violin, but she walked with a steady, healthy grace. Her eyes scanned the platform through the mist, landing directly on the old man holding the damp papers. "Father," she whispered. Clara rushed forward, throwing her arms around Arthur, weeping openly as she held the man who had given up his entire life to keep her alive from afar. She had finally been cleared by the doctors, completely cured, ready to take her father home to a life he truly deserved. Arthur hugged her tight, looking over her shoulder at the silent crowd. He had never lost his dignity, because he never lowered his devotion. Your life reflects your standards. If you accept mediocrity and selfishness, that is what you will surround yourself with. But if your standard is unbreakable loyalty and love, the universe will eventually honor that truth. Comment the word loyalty in the section below if you stayed until the very end, and subscribe if you believe that a father's love knows no bounds.